Africa, they got to come up with answers early, otherwise it's going to be a little bit tricky. I was keeping my eye just on the other games. We saw it just at the bottom of the screen there. Canada, Iran, one map each, which is pretty cool. And then we've also got Kazakhstan taking a map of Argentina.
Yeah, some potential upsets from a region that I think maybe people have been, not really focusing too much in on. We didn't really get to see actually too much of the Asian qualifier, right? Just because of how that was restructured, and so a lot of it was done kind of offline. But Kazakhstan did win through there, and we know that Pochu is an incredible player. There's actually some big names in that team, Iveria and MJ De Queen. There's a MD De Queen.
Who?
MJ De Queen. They have a team of players with slightly difficult names to pronounce quickly. T-side, and we're out long early. It's Norway's decision to instead crunch on mid. They do that from short and underpass. They get all the control, and with this space being taken back, they're not going to be ready for this many CTs. 4 players looking at you. The bomb lucky to get away.
Yeah, I think Pixod as well. Let's pick up the bomb and go, okay, see you later. Let's just take long instead. You got to remember, South Africa, really good at just being proactive. Kiki on the line. Wow, there's no smoke. There's no utility. And Jess just hits that shot. Bomb going down, but look at the long space.
Jess is so crazy with the pistols. She'll just charge in and just destroy you. You feel like you want to take short because long is just being run down. They're stuck on the side. There's nowhere to go. They have to fight their way out. Peekaboo charging up, gets a fade away, and it's Aurora with the final kill.
Yeah, Peekaboo plays that perfectly. And you feel like South Africa have to be a bit more dynamic in that situation. They've got to try and isolate these peaks. You don't know about Aurora, but you now know about Peekaboo. It felt like there should have been a double swing there.
All right, Norway with a pistol. They didn't get any on Mirage, and they still won that map in fairly convincing fashion. We will, of course, see the investment from South Africa. It's 5 MAC-10s.
Rush B, surely.
It's got to be.
Surely.
I'm crazy don't get out a Galil at all. Pixar probably could have avoided it, but yeah, they're calling B Rush. So Mini with 3 players starting A. Oh, this could all be actually a disaster for Norway. Mini needs to hold strong.
Yeah, smoke's good. Flashbangs are also brilliant. There needs to be support here, and she's not going to get it. It's a scout in towards window, and it's now been locked out by a molly. Bomb down, retake needed. Peekaboo has found a shot.
Yeah, she actually came over and found that with the flames at her back. Bomb still does go down, though. Difficult to retake this bomb site, we know. Especially with the re-smokes landing. Another one on towards window. Gonna block off that position. Time is ticking down. There is 1 kit available and a smoke for Aurora, so they can get it done. But this push through from Pixar is everything. Now they can just focus their attention on the doorway. It's a choke point, and they're getting choked out.
Yeah, really well played from South Africa because they don't peek. They know the pressure's on Norway. It's a really hard bomb site to try and retake. But where was the utility? Where are the flashbangs over the top there? Because, again, it felt like it's individual in from tunnels, and then the players that are going through doorway, it's piece by piece. It's 1 by 1.
So now it's worst case scenario. You won the pistol and you'll reset immediately. Has to be the force buy back, and on Dust 2, force buys never feel great. It feels hard to get good positions, but maybe this fight long could be the answer. Timing not great. Jess gets a nice free fight, and she'll take both down with ease. Now you can just scale simply. There is this push out middle from Peekaboo, but she's caught out by Gracie. This one's looking simple and easy.
Yeah, and this is what South Africa needs, to be honest, because it's always been Norway in control to start off these games. We've never had South Africa sort of take ground, have rounds in the lead, and make Norway work back into a game. It's always been South Africa recovering. At least the vibes are good.
What's she singing?
I don't know.
South African anthem? What's going on there?
I don't know, but it's hilarious, to be honest.
We're here for it.
That's so funny.
I think Avro's got to be making a lot of fans this event. All right, you know it's Eco. You just chill. I'm just slightly worried about the bomb being here with Pixar and Jess, so...
Let's see.
They are going to disengage a little.
What I have noticed this actually is that they've been leaving the bomb.
Oh, just got 2 instantly.
Nice. 4.
Okay, yeah.
Ace.
Ace for Jess. Drop a heart in the chat. It's all Jess in the feed.
It's just an eco, but it's still the ace. They all count. It's on LAN.
It all counts. And if there was ever a player you want feeling herself
It's
and clicking
Jess.
everyone, it's Jess. We saw how influential she was on Anubis, big moments on Mirage.
This team's hilarious.
I can just constantly hear Avo in the background screaming things.
Banshee screaming as well. Like, it's not even...
You got another game coming up for you in this. You need to keep your voice for
like,
it.
immediately after.
Yeah, no.
I can see the Australians, they're watching.
Yeah, they want to see who they're up against. Will it be the rematch against Norway? They've already had a little bit of server time with that team, to say the least.
A lot of server time.
Yeah. I think they love to eliminate them.
That third map ended 22-20.
Yeah, outrageous. And that was the second time.
True.
This one's slower.
This one's a default. It's the first time I've actually seen South Africa sort of spread out over the map. They haven't seen anything. There's been no contestment in from short. So instead, they're just going to reset and try and hit B again.
Yep.
Everyone is moving over.
It's a straight B here. It's Anakin here. This time, the utility comes on over. And,
Oh,
she's flustered. Flashbang comes through at the perfect time, though. Mini bails her out. And in fact, even gets 2 kills. Somehow there's no trade. Over the top they come. Gracie will get that frag, but they're walking through the smoke. Peekaboo collects another, and in the backside, Gracie can't get it done.
I'll be honest, that round is really confusing to me because the utility initially was really good out of South Africa. It flusters Anakin to the point where she's even pulling out a pistol rather than a rifle.
Scaling must have just been completely off.
Slow. It was too slow, but also it was Mini in the window. Mini was putting so much pressure on that you don't know where that second player is then.
Yeah, I feel like it's criminal that Mini gets 2 there. I think maybe they didn't have the door smoke initially, and so there was this delay coming out of the hallway. You can see they were climbing up onto the boxes and the light to try and get that angle. Instead, if they just free kill. Instead, it's the fight long. Oh, the reflash. That's messy, but it works out for the T's.
And that's the space. And the thing is, you don't need to commit into this. Avo's got control in towards lower. You can reset and go back in towards mid. What's your classic thing you do on T side? You reset. You go have a little look in towards mid. Gracie finds that one on Peekaboo. And now you can go short or even mid to B.
Yeah, Peekaboo goes hunting. You think with Megs up on this position, you kind of want to split A, but the bomb is not in position to do so.
Gracie's playing with fire here, but maybe it's Anakin instead. She just gets no-scoped. South Africa are moving with flair.
Yes, this is another Gracie round. Her kill in middle as well was just like the quick scope and the player walking close.
This has gone from a really nice couple of picks. You think, okay, maybe South Africa could build into their default to everyone falling and there being no response. This could be flawless.
They were just able to find these fights constantly, and they were ready for each of the fights, right? There was no kind of double up at all from Norway, no setting up with flashbangs like that short play, for instance. It's just Anakin walking down. It was the contact through mid doors. Every one of these engagements that South Africa won was one they were ready for and one that had no support from the other teammates at the CT.
It actually really surprised me that Aurora's just kind of left out to dry in that long fight.
Don't lose all your economy here.
They're losing all their economy.
Oh my god, guys.
It surprises me a lot, though, that Aurora was left out because there was, I think, Anakin right behind her in long. I think Kiki was also there doing the flashbangs. And yes, there was that second flashbang that came over, but why is there not just sort of an attempt for a trade? Why has Aurora just sort of been left to die?
There was the potential for a spike. There was another player right there. They knew they had to play alert because she'd been standing in the flames and got singed, took a bullet or two.
Their economy's okay, but it could have been better.
Yeah, that was bad,
right?
though. Like, that was just stupid.
Yeah,
like, even Gracie just swinging, like...
You got to come to learn, though, Lucy. Like, the unnecessary has just kind of been, like, probably the key adjective.
Peekaboo, this round was going to have basically bare bones into it, but instead, now you've got actually a decent chance to make it interesting.
That orb's just posted in towards mid, and now you've actually got the contestment here for Norway in towards short. I mean, what's interesting is the way that the meta...
What the hell?
The way the meta's been going is you're seeing the CT side quite a lot react by pushing into top middle, trying to place away from the T side. Or, if you're Anakin, you can just take the AWP away from Gracie with a quick deke headshot.
That's ridiculous. I think
This is smarter. So you've seen the Deagle, right? You obviously don't know about the AWP, and you will know about the AWP, you don't know about 2 rifles, right? So what you're doing here is you're trying to take the range advantage by just contacting up long.
The difficulty is there's 2 players in CT. Sorry, one's up on short. You've got 2 players who are pushed down short as well. So there are 4 players here ready to receive this hit, and there's a gap on this recovered AWP that wouldn't have been here if they didn't get greedy. Has now cost them. They creep and crawl, but it's all known. They do have potentially some... Yes, the Molotov's good if they can deal with Kiki. There's a real chance here for them to bring this back. She's being a nuisance, but she'll be run down. Aurora gets a big kill, and it's all onto Jess. Always feels like it's all Jess. She can't convert. And so Norway will fight back off the back of the recovered guns and the force around them.
Yeah, well played by Aurora because she just stands tall in that situation. The thing is, if she disengages, Jess can get the bomb. Potentially she can just move away, and instead Aurora just stands her ground. She's been brilliant all series. It makes sense for her just to have that fight. You know Jess is going to want to take it.
Kiki staying alive for just that extra 2 seconds is enough as well.
It's nervy. There's a lot on the line here. Remember, whoever loses this map exits the tournament early.
Yeah, and with empty pockets too. Big prize pool, but it is relatively top heavy. This poor Shanakin's surely not going to walk around this corner.
No, she'll wait. They'll delay it as long as possible. What you hope for is that Pixar holds this for the whole round. You let your team go in towards short, take that contact. Aurora can now hear them start to scale. Gracie walks by middle with the bomb. This is really scary.
I'm terrified, but Aurora doesn't peek any further to the gap, so both these players kind of playing on the edge of it. Very scary.
Who's going to blink first at long?
Oh, it's going to be Pixar.
Shadow's going to be spotted here if she goes around this corner. Needs to clear close
No
and
way.
will, but can't get the jump on Anakin.
Yeah, it's just the walk into the angle though, you know, it's not like the crouch swing. I'm surprised she goes first, to be honest. The short players you expect to take contact so they draw the attention.
Yeah, it surprises me a lot. And with this smoke as well, there's no drop down in towards CT. Mini just looking to hold firm with the FAMAS, and then that CT connection comes in. In fact, it's all just Mini at ramp. Another kill collected, and Anakin helps out over at long. It's just Gracie, only with the scout, 30 seconds left. She's already been pinched.
Yeah.
Peekaboo will equalise.
That one doesn't feel so great from South Africa. Like, the actual kind of way that the round formulated was fairly normal, right? You know, you've got your space through middle, you put the pressure through lowest, you've got all that control, you take short, you're just going to go for a simple short execute. But it was the act activation of the elements, the timing of it, it just all felt completely off.
It was just inverse of what you expect.
Yeah.
You expect there to be a late play from Pixar after the short play is sort of found the space, because the short play did find the space. That's the frustrating thing about that round. If you are Team South Africa, what a shot from Kiki, and then the baited in rifles. It's that core you expect to do well. Aurora, Mini, Kiki.
Yeah, strong sequence of rounds from Norway. South Africa will be able to reinvest, but it's not pretty. Oh no, actually, sorry, there was a dropped AWP. I thought Gracie was going to be rocking something lighter, but no, she's a very hot and cold player. Either incredibly explosive and dominant in a round, or can sometimes get caught out by her tendency to go for these flashy plays.
Yeah, Avo also is sort of dropped off a little bit here. A rough start to the game. She was really instrumental on Mirage this time.
What?
Oh my gosh.
How does that miss?
I'm not sure, but it did. Keep your eyes on middle, because it felt like for a second that Aurora's going to push through that mid smoke. She doesn't. She falls back, and there's good space out long being taken by Mini.
Yeah, the gap is currently middle, but it is being kept an eye on from window, I think. Actually, no, they're kind of focused on B. Now they start to move around. South Africa have all of this space in short if they want to take it. They're leaving Gracie to go for a little bit of a peek in middle, see if that one's back. She might get an opportunity, but you imagine Kiki shouldn't peek any further than this.
Well-timed smoke. Gracie's just going to walk through it, though. This is ridiculous. Timing is everything, and Kiki's ahead of the play. Necessary trade. And it's Anakin that tries to get back, but it's Heart Jess again. One more player lies in wait on B, and that player's now been spotted and dealt with again by Jess.
It's always Jess. Crazy that Gracie goes first there, and Avo catches the lurk.
Really good lurk as well from Avo. That just locks in that round. Make sure there's no potential, and Heart Jess gets another one. 15 kills, the half's not even over. She's doing everything to keep in the battle.
Yeah, sometimes it's just Jess go kill. It's a strategy from South Africa.
That's nervy, though. Even before she gets those kills, and to be honest, bails out that round for South Africa, that is nervy, because they're trying to disrespect all this utility. They're walking headfirst in with an AWP, and Kiki's ahead of the play. That trade was necessary, and thank God for them that they hit it.
Yeah, it's one of those plays that when it doesn't work out like it does there for Gracie, it looks really silly.
Yeah.
But there is a chance that it works out really well, right? And Kiki is playing the more passive position in towards CT. But not the case. This time, with the MP9, Anakin just gets all this real estate for free. But again, it's Jess removing Mini. Are they ready for the second player? And they're definitely not ready for the player under. That's going to draw the ire. She tries to get back, and she does. Megs is going to feel hard done by.
And now this round feels a little bit hard done by, because you had the control, you had the space, and suddenly it's all been taken away from you. And it forces you to go into this short play. Pixar lucky to be alive, but it's potentially another casualty and another round being bled away here by South Africa. Norway have got control. It's so important they don't let this round slip.
They shouldn't, surely. With this position from Peekaboo, it's the perfect little off angle. Although the spam reveals her position, so Avo happy to take that one.
Kiki at car.
This is a very exposed spot. The spray long range. It's messy, but Avo will convert.
How has this turned into a 2 versus 2?
That was a low HP play they lost too, so they're actually feeling fairly okay, but that HE is hefty. Gracie will stick their digits, so they get the bomb down, but Avo's low. Oh, the jiggle gets the information, disengages. Aurora starts to move around the flash forward. They start the scale. They've seen the position. Avo gets another kill. It's all onto Aurora. The double swing. She saw Avo cross. And look at the HP. Aurora knows she's low. Knows that she's got this locked in. Just needs to find the shot. The swing from Avo can't connect.
And they get it. Just about, though. Just about. It felt like, again, it's the very last play there for South Africa. It's 3-2-1 swing. Instead, it's 3, one person swings 2. Oh my God, no, I'm too low. And they just run away. A timeout being taken from Norway because, to be honest, they know how important this round is. That was a 4 versus 2. You've just let bleed into another 1v1. You're feeling thankful that, again, it's Aurora in this moment, the most experienced player on this roster, stepping up and delivering. But this is not the way they wanted this first half to go. You've got to bear in mind as well that the T sides have been sort of weak all throughout this series for Norway. Also, they won the knife. They chose to start on CT, and it's a 1-round game.
True. I think that South Africa, despite being the round behind, actually have more kills in the overall. These rounds have been so close, but Norway able to get over the line. A couple of crucial moments. 2 of the last 3, it's felt like South Africa have found a way back in they probably shouldn't have. Good preemptive molly. This is going to be the hit, but
Whoa.
Jess, again, a clean entry. There is this player tucked Mini in towards sandbags, gets run down by Gracie.
Important trade.
It's a fast rotation from Anakin, but the smoke will land and block off her vision.
4v3, how'd you get into this? You got 2 flashes, and Gracie just goes over the top before the smoke blooms at window. Another player neutralized here for Norway. A 2 versus 4, a retake you have to go for. It's looking improbable.
Yeah, really hard. Gracie is low, but now Aurora actually gets singed by that molly. More utility lands, and Avo and Megs confirm it. All tied up at the half.
Honestly, Avo is like Snappy, because when rushing doesn't work, you just rush harder. And that is one round that they need to kind of keep the pressure on. This is the first time we've really seen South Africa and Norway have an even distribution of rounds ending in that first half.
It's such a funny angle because you see Avo kind of waving her arms around, Jess getting involved, and then Megs is just...
Yeah, of course. Well, it's Megs, isn't it? Megs is so locked in.
She is the definition of locked in. You saw some of the shots she was hitting, so that's what you want. Close as can be on this decider. One of these teams be facing Australia after this match for a chance to make playoffs, and one goes home.
This series has been brilliant.
It really has.
Again, for a neutral, the fact that it has been just so close, so back and forth, continuously, it's been a really exciting game. And there is 1/2 of it left, potentially. We could have overtime.
Norway no strangers to the OT. A couple of those versus Australia on 2 different maps, in fact. Norway go fast through middle. It's going to split onto B. There is a player lying in wait in CT. Avo holding this cross. 2 players over towards the B side. But a smoke lands. That's going to veil the vision. They can start to scale. These 2 players on side are feeling the pressure. They move forward, wanting to take the control, but they get split on. Mini doubles up. Perfectly executed in the B split.
You got to pick your poison there, because if you're heading towards tunnels, you got to look tunnels. So you kind of just have to ignore mid there. If you want to fight mid, you go and fight mid. Maybe you group up with your players.
Mid feels like the better call.
Absolutely. 5v3. A swing from Gracie, doesn't see anything. Avo hot in pursuit, and Pixar looking over the top, but it's the sheer quantity of players here. And you still know about these players in towards tunnels. They get nothing.
Both pistols for Norway on the decider. South Africa surely can't force into this one, so Norway get to break away. And that one entirely comes down to the decision of the B players.
Yeah, pick your battles wisely. And
you feel like with the position they have with the player close window and back box, you're much better fighting mid.
You gotta fight mid, yeah.
Especially because you're very close in the smoke, you got a player that can drop short.
Oh yeah, of course. You take contact from the B players and the mid players just push through, right? But
yeah.
Pixar full blind as hits one, but it's okay. It should be. Mini's found a triple. Avo will be able to trade 2 versus 3. You know they're both out long. Let's go B.
And nice little spray from Mini. This is 2 AKs that you... And this will be Norway soon. South Africa, you in save rounds and the like. Please don't lose these 2 rifles. Oh, they are going to lose them. They're pushing forward. Avo will get that trade. Okay, now she does feel like she can go for this. The 1-on-2.
She's got time in here. Look at the space that has now not been occupied by Anakin. Avo is currently unknown. Anakin, okay, has moved angle. So Avo walking through the side of the smoke. Now aware of Anakin, but not ready for Aurora, who's in tunnels playing safe the whole time.
Made expensive at the very least. 2 players survive against the pistols. South Africa will invest. AWP comes out immediately.
Really early on this AWP.
Surprising too, means, you know, no head armor you can see on her, and Kiki in fact.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a little scary.
Go for the long fight that isn't going to come in. It looks like South Africa wanted to fight for lowers control, but Avo sort of staved off by the utility. Peekaboo holds the angle, sees nothing, and that just means that Mini goes out dry in towards pit.
Yeah, this dark smoke is kind of spooky. Mid-smoke, sorry, is kind of spooky.
But you know they've got to be pushing tunnels at this point or short. Like those are the 2 angles, especially with the conditioning that you've got out long, but Kiki completely overlooks, and that's that 1-shot headshot.
Yeah, the timing, not great for her. But isn't it an
unexpected.
offie? Yeah. Aurora not ready for it. Now the fallback, good line. Second shot from Gracie. The open, Jess converts, and it's all onto Peekaboo with the AWP. Doesn't get to fire it.
That felt very much like an Anubis round on CT for South Africa. The players just playing pack mentality, where they're grouping, they're taking the space, they immediately leave, and suddenly you're fighting 1 player on short, you then round the corner, and there's 3 of them.
And with how costly that actual eco, against the eco it was, look what they're working with. They're going to have 3 players on pistols. They're forced into this. If South Africa can convert this, they can take the lead.
They can. This has always been the way of this series, though. So back and forth, you can't really pick a favourite ever. But Mini out long is always the favourite in quite the second. And Gracie does take a lot of damage, but she is on the AWP, so it's okay.
Yeah. Needed to get that refrag.
Was Avo spotted by the lower tunnels player? I don't think so.
No, the way they're positioning doesn't seem like it. Gracie, active, needs to be careful. Oh my god, she gets caught out. Peekaboo has taken South Africa again. These rounds where they have the advantage. It feels like they're set up for success, and these are the ones they make.
That was really brazen. Pixar on the angle, needs a multi, currently can't even find 1. Needs the support from Meg, so there's a player lurking into it. Megs makes her way in towards CT. There is utility here, and there is a kit. They can still do this.
If they lose these players, this could cost them everything.
This could cost them the whole game.
This round could define who stays here in the World Championships. Smoke's good. We'll isolate players. Plant is for short though, so even with the smoke, can they even attempt to get on it?
And you got the long wrap.
Oh, a stick on it. Meg's just providing the coverage. They're defusing right in front of you! What a round from Megs!
That's comms. That is 1,000,000% comms from Norway, and it's because Aurora has made that long play. So basically she's saying, guys, I will take the contact, then you come through. They're not aware about the defuse. All the short players need to do is come through and trade megs.
It's that smoke though, it makes it so difficult. But yeah, if they swing together, that's a tough fight for megs. Huge impact. That was South Africa favoured in that round, but it doesn't happen.
That's a 2 versus 4.
Shocking. Gracie gets the first kill. Avo is lowest, and they're not anticipating.
I'll make a call now. I think that's the momentum completely gone.
2 players now spotted in lowers. This was the reinvestment back in. Jess, you need to be careful. We'll fall back.
We said that round can define the game. It's just in more ways than one. It's not just about the scoreline. It's about the economy. It's about the psychological strain of you going into that, being the disadvantaged underdogs, Norway, walking into that with a 4 versus 2, and then losing to a stuck bomb.
Megs again in the pivotal position. Gets the info, first kill hers. Has seen the bomb. Oh, the peek out to throw the HE. It does damage, but now you've seen this second player back. The rotations need to come. Pixar needs to deliver, and she has. That kill should be enough. Peekaboo stuck behind the box. Woogie brought down low. Has a chance ahead revealed. She's anticipating this push from Gracie, and she's managed to find it, but Jess reroutes. And it's South Africa that take the lead.
And to be honest, in that position, it doesn't matter how many players South Africa lose. We talk about economy so much, but it's so much more important for Norway. They've now got nothing. And South Africa can build off the back of this. We keep speaking about the rounds that look dangerous, and it's the low economic ones. For South Africa, this needs to be clean. It needs to be healthy. Norway are still in this series. There is no mistake about it. And a fast B play could unravel things here for the defense.
Gets Megs completely alone. Gracie isn't that far away, but they're not committing early. And in fact, Pixar, look at the space she's taken. Jess spots them out, and she cleans up too. In fact, she's got this support, so looking like they're going to hold strong against these pistols. In fact, they don't lose a player. That's perfection.
Yeah, brilliant. Well handled. That's genuinely been the most convincing round so far from South Africa. And I know I say that just against the Eco.
Yeah, just 23 and 12. Now, granted, the 8 of those kills were against Ecos, but again, she's being so prolific in the server.
I hate to be that guy. I hate to keep repeating myself and sound like a broken record, but where on earth are the late round executes?
You're not going to get him.
I don't know why that's not being called in timeouts, so I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Bad spawns for Norway. They don't really have any long players.
Aurora can take the mid fight. Aurora could also take the long fight.
Just, yeah. She's got like the last spawn that I think is maybe viable for it.
No, she's first spawn, right?
Yeah, but normally the spawns are way... I feel like you can get way closer than that, can't you? It's hard to tell without actually seeing it. I'm just looking at the mini-map.
Her eyes are set on it. So.
Okay, alright, maybe she does have the spawn.
Gracie spots one definitely in suicide. Swing out for long, halted by the progression of the molly.
Okay, so peek taken, but not a kill found.
Where are these spawns that have been sort of manipulated?
Gracie scares the hell out of me. She's just sitting so close with the orb, like, and that's been heard.
Yeah.
Peekaboo knows. Oh my god, Gracie, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Oh, maybe it's Jess that brings the trouble. There's Peekaboo, the kill that we all saw coming.
Good smoke, but is it going to be respected? It looks like it. That's going to deviate Norway's plan straight in towards mid to B. Flashbang, exceptional. Peekaboo once again doing the damage, but Pixar through the smoke with the trade, and it's yet again all onto Megs for the B hold.
Yeah, Megs needs to deliver here. So much pressure coming through. Gets one. Will that be enough? Keeps it in the 2-on-2. Kiki, did she see that player close? Yeah, Molly lands. There is this player pushing through the back lines very quick. They might not anticipate how fast Avo gets here, and Pixar's seeing Kiki. So information both ways. She would love a Molotov right now. Instead, she's going to set up Avo Aurora, her eyes are on this position. She's ready for it. Avo goes down, picks up. It's done a lot of damage to Kiki, but now it's the AWP that you have to get past. She's managed a good job of it, but it's Kiki that wins it out. Norway just about scrape it through.
Yeah, well played from Kiki. The fact that she stays alive for so long, she jumps and spots the player actually just walking, accelerating up towards mid, drops the molly in the doorway. Just says to Aurora, I've got everything, you have to trust me. Look at tunnels.
I don't know where Pixar's flash went, because Aurora should have been full blinded. You imagine the flash, if you're throwing it for that player, it goes above the doors.
It went high, I think, for Kiki.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You really wanted to allow that scaling out the doorway above it. Fast from Avo into lowers, and oh dear, Jesus.
How is she alive?
Oh, it's all about the setup though. Megs gets the double. Avo is still here. Jess on the push with Pixar. They have crunched on Norway.
Yeah, that is so much chaos that you've got no idea what's going on. I think even the observer's confused, as am I. Like, Avo is still alive in throughout all of that. Aurora's trying to make a play through B, but you've already got Avo still lurking, not needed. Pixar locks it in, and it's the low buy.
The money's broke for Norway. This has to be an eco. South Africa are looking like they're going to secure series point.
How does this keep happening? How in all of these rounds, it just looks unfavored for the team that has got the lesser economy? Maybe this is a pattern that Norway hope continues.
What a series we have had. These rounds have been a sight to behold. Long space given up, so the T's will take that for free.
Avo's just pushing. Timing has been hit. I don't think they saw her. Oh, yeah, they did. Oh, they did.
Oh, this is bad news, because that's now an AK that can go into one of these players.
And the reaction
Jess
has always been the short push.
She's in trouble. She's in trouble. Trying to get out. She can't. And they've got the full side of A. Oh my god, Minnie's still fragging. Gracie, there's a player behind you. Comms have felt all over the place for South Africa. This was the walk-in round. It was a hero rifle that was brought into it. Discombobulated. South Africa still maintain the lead, but that's a brutal one to lose.
This is the most complacent round of CS we've seen all series long, and it all comes from Avo, the IGL from South Africa. The fact that she thinks that she's got that timing, sure, but the reaction has always been the same for South Africa. It's been to push in towards short. It's to try and take the fight, and I think Norway have recognised that. That's why they take the space out long. They never saw a molly there.
They're hunting. They know the economy's fragile.
Yeah, they got to hunt this, and they will. I think Megs is done for.
She's safe from Aurora. She might be okay. Oh, she is not safe from Aurora.
Speak about money, look at it. Avo, the only one with cash. I mean, Jess can invest into this, but your loss bonus, it's still first stage. You've got to buy into this.
That was the moment.
That was the time, but it's not. It's done. It's not over yet. The next.
Gonna have to make it count. Conceding the equalizer. Unless they can do something with their pistol. It's crazy to me last round they didn't have a player on A.
I don't know what they were doing there, to be honest. It looks like they wanted to try and go for that crunch round again that got them that. You should know that the money is not good enough for Norway. And now look at this. Norway are checking everything out. They know that there are going to be pushes. They know the money is brittle.
They've cleared in towards lowers, but you can see Norway just sitting back expecting this space to be taken. A reaggress into middle.
Starts to make inroads in towards long, tries to use that range advantage. And also, whilst this contact is coming through top middle, that's where the tunnel players start to pounce. A good map control being taken, but Peekaboo's...
Shame that they can't really do much with that recovered weapon, but maybe they can catch off Mini in middle. A lot of players here. However, B is taken.
It is a 5-on-3, though.
It's a 5-on-3, but you've got very little utility. You've got 2 recovered rifles.
Bomb's not down.
Bomb isn't down, so at least time is maybe something you can utilize. But getting me so hard. They're locked out by the utility. That smoke is actually really bad at doors. So there's space to get in. Kiki jiggles, sees one. Spray, goes wanting. Avo's hit the headshot. Anakin takes the space forward, trying to fight into it. And it's Megs that finds the kill. Oh my god! South Africa, Eco Norway.
It's an eco win. Every round's an eco win for the other team, but what South Africa do there is they realise that the bomb is not yet planted, so they just put the pressure on. And yeah, that was a mistake over at doors, but look at the double swing. Kiki unprepared, and suddenly, as soon as that contact is taken, over the top comes South Africa. Through the smoke comes South Africa. It is unrelenting pressure, but it's really good heads-up play.
The job's not done, but they've managed to get themselves a bit of breathing room. 2 chances now.
How has it gone eco for eco for eco, and yet this is
It's
the buy
shocking.
we end up with?
It's shocking. Fight out long. Somehow that trade doesn't come through. I don't know how many doesn't convert that.
You got to remember, this is now 4 kills remaining for South Africa to eliminate Norway.
At least Minnie lives. She's been pivotal. Falls back. Short has been a play frequently for South Africa, and you've got to be careful. Norway have been present here. Flash over. Utility goes forward. They double up. Gracie's here, going for the headshot angle, and Gracie finds the shot. Anakin tapping out, can't convert. Gracie slides in. They're continuing to stay here with the double player advantage.
Look at Avo. Look, that Molly, it's been ticked. She's fallen back. They don't know that she's here. Avo's ahead of the incendiary. This could be it. This could be over for Norway.
Just 2 more kills to find. South Africa can almost taste it. Avo continuing to push forward. She can see into lowers, she can see into middle, and she can see the end of the line. Aurora has a 1v5. Sure, there's space in CT, but there's just no chance. What can you do here?
You can't do anything. You cannot do anything, and you've got an AWP. It's not even like you've got a rifle,
Spotted.
and you've been spotted.
No utility to work with. The only thing she has is the space and a little bit of time. A whip shot though. She will eventually convert, but from long comes Jess. She is inevitable, and South Africa have eliminated Norway.
Against all odds. Against all odds. They make it incredibly difficult for themselves as well. How many eco rounds did they give away? At the same time, how many eco rounds did they win?
What a story for the underdogs. People came in and doubted them. Norway pegged as the favourites coming into this after a grueling battle yesterday. They exchanged map picks this morning, but at the end of the day, South Africa prevail. They set themselves up for a clash of the Commonwealth later against Australia, but for now, Scandinavia looking scrambled.
Yeah, I mean, look. For Norway, you come into this event, limited prep. You don't know that you were even going to be here up until a few weeks ago. So the fact you come in, you bring Australia that close, you then come in against South Africa, you look pretty good. All right? You look pretty good for one of these maps, but everything, macro to micro, is disjointed. And it's South Africa that survive in that chaos. They came in, they won their qualifier. They came in and they said, we feel prepared. We feel a lot more confident.